What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Telecom blog. Listen, I usually don't do videos this late at night, but we're still on Hawaii time, so we're gonna do it. If you can see me and see me, drop a drop a one in the comments or drop your city and state in the comments. We're also gonna thank you. We're sponsored by the Classy Climb. You know what I mean? Um, I've been talking about and promoting consistently the financial funding and freedom bundle. It's over 4 classes. We do have another live training for the end of next week. Before we go to Panama, we have another live training. And I just want y'all to understand the sides of the game. I'm just trying to help y'all get in the game so y'all can win, whether that's with high paying jobs, whether that's with new trades, that's where they're starting companies. Everybody can't start a company. Now, all the hoopla I saw over Ryan Reynolds cashing out big over Mint Mobile made me kind of laugh. And I'm gonna tell you why. There are, I'm not gonna say a million, but there are thousands of little companies just like Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile just had a star pushing it. And so now it acquired this $1.3 million. It was taken off like wildfire. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. People hate monopolies. People hate feeling like they have a lack of choices. People in these smaller areas, I'm gonna show y'all a couple other phone companies that are just like Mint Mobile. And I keep telling y'all about starting businesses, having structure, having systems, scaling. And people are struggling. They're like, I just can't even hire one employee here. I'm tired of it. And I'm telling you, the freedom in that is where you got a little credit card over here for $20K. That's going to be your employee's payroll for the next 3-4 months. As you build your business, you have to do things that build a business though. So let's just go over this and let's get it started with the Ryan Reynolds part. And then I'll also show you other cell phone companies that are big and how they did it, right? Because a lot of times we think of movie stars, we think of Nicolas Cage blowing hundreds of millions of dollars. We think of so many people who are superstars and end up winding broke, or the lady who was on a TV show, Grace, and she's broke in Hollywood, and they, throwing her some bones on some acting gigs now because she's broke. But not all of them are broke. Not all of them come from terrible backgrounds. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a millionaire in real estate before he did his first movie. And they're like, wait, what are you talking about? Arnold Schwarzenegger started a company basically equivalent to Hunks Moving Junk, but they did it on construction sites. So he's got all his muscle bodybuilding friends like, hey man, come lift this crap with me. Get this stuff off these job sites. Took that money he made from that company, right? They let him bodybuild and have more free time. Bought I think it's an 8-plex. You guys can look it up on his life story or read his book. It's like an 8 or 10-plex in Hollywood. It was one of them old little weird shaped 8-plexes and bought it. By the time he bought that first one, then he bought a couple more, because what he did is he asked other immigrants in Hollywood, how do you stay out here? How do you afford to live out here? Real estate. Right? And this is what, 1970s, 1980s, 80s, I'm sorry, 80s or whatever, 70s, 80s. So there are people playing Monopoly in real life, right? Not everybody does that. And so every movie star you see is not on that Nicolas Cage, let me burn up all my money. So Superside said a good comment the other day about method acting and how they get lost in those roles, and how several Black actors are like, I will never play another thug role, another angry murderer role. I'll never do that stuff again. You'll see people all the time who play on Law and Order, SVU and all that stuff. They just can't, it's really affects them in their life. They can't play the roles off too long. And so every actor knows there's a time. Majority of actors, if you read they talk about they're unemployed. They are. Majority of the time they run around trying to get a role, right? When you get on a hot streak, like he got on a hot streak, which I don't know why, because sometimes I don't find him very funny. And he was in Blade, Trinity, he was in all these other movies. I'm just like, he got another shot. He played Green Lantern. It sucked. He got another shot. Now he does Deadpool. It's better. So again, we can go into that, but we're not. We're going to stay focused. So Ryan Reynolds, is the latest celebrity to see his business ventures bloom into major acquisition. On Wednesday, the legacy network provider T-Mobile finalized its purchase with Reynolds backed Mint Mobile for $1.35 billion. Now, the sale consisted of 61% stock and 39% cash. Now, let's really get into it. Let's really talk about it. So many people will be like, oh, the stock market's falling. Oh, it's dangerous. I would never put any more money in the stock market. I wouldn't put my $500 in the stock market. No, I won't do it. It's just I'll lose all my money. I'm sitting here showing you in the classic climb investment class where there's 15, 20, 30%. And my portfolio at M1 Finance and the other accounts I have is at 25 to 32% returns. By having what? A mixture of high dividend stocks and some steady, nice and steady, keeps it easy. We've even talked about oil rig companies, and we've even had 2 students invest in the oil rig companies that I talked about in that class. That's how I know how powerful this stuff is I'm teaching. Okay, so again, he got 61% in stock and 39% cash. Now, what was something? This is a prime example. Was it Michael Jordan? It wasn't Michael Jordan. It was what is that guy name? Dang it, I forgot his name. But he was a basketball player, and they offered him all this Nike stock, and he was like, "Nah, give me cash." Magic Johnson. Was it Magic Johnson? Somebody tell me in the comments, but I think it's Magic Johnson. So they offered him all this stock, and he didn't know what this stock was. He didn't understand. So he like, give me the cash. And later he's like, I could beat myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like stock is powerful. When you have 61% of stock and that much in cash, you're coming into the boardroom and you're getting to make decisions. You're getting to say things. You're getting ready to put in votes. I'm a dividend stockholder, and they send us out voting. And I'd be like so excited. I'm like, okay, I get to vote. Knowing daggone well it's probably thousands of pieces of paper out, but it's important. So he will continue to be the face of the company on marketing front as an actor has goals to continue for years with the service provider. Okay, we go on to the next. We're so happy T-Mobile beat out the aggressive last-minute bid for my mom, Tammy Reynolds, as we believe the excellence of their 5G network will provide a better strategic fit than my mom's slightly than average mahjong skills. He's always bringing up his mom, which is, I guess, funny, but to who, I don't know. Just, I'm going to be honest, I don't get it. This isn't the first time major companies have gotten involved in celebrity business ventures. Similarly, other celebrities with large private businesses, especially in alcohol and cosmetics, have sold their stake to bigger companies. Let's take a look. Reynolds has also been at the forefront of luxury brand Aviation Gin, which acquired by Diego, that's a stock, for $610 million. Let me say it again. So not only did Ryan Reynolds just do a 1.3 mil, and again, I know he's a minority. Let's just go there though. Let's give it a roundabout. He just swapped $2 billion from bigger companies. He just got it. Like his kids will never live the same life as you. That's why Ryan Reynolds and his wife is on their 4th baby. I think they're gonna have another baby. It don't matter. They can have 10 babies. They're in another stratosphere. It said the deal is an ongoing ownership interest between the two, but aviation Gin wasn't Reynolds' creation. He became a co-founder in 2018 and has promoted the gin on talk shows and even his super who movie, Deadpool. I tried every gin on the planet. Aviation is hands down the best. I also don't recommend trying every gin on the planet. Stick with this one. Again, it shows you other celebrities doing alcohol. When we were down in Hawaii, we saw Dwayne Johnson. Why? He is an islander. Eva Longoria. Sarah Jessica Parker. Some of those people, I don't know what that people in that brand. Let me see here. Some dudes from TV shows I don't care about. Sierra did 10-1 rum, joined as a co-owner. Jay-Z, of course, buy 50% stake. We can talk about that later. But anyway, Aaron Paul and Brian from Breaking Bad. Okay, minority stake sold to the Constellation Brands. They already sold their share. Kevin Hart. It was acquired by Conor McGregor's. Okay, Snoop Dogg. He's just going on and on. Okay. All right. Again, Cameron Diaz, Avion Wine, Shay Mitchell, okay, Kate Hudson, who is famous for looking like her mama, John Bon Jovi, George Clooney sold his to the same company for $1 billion. $1 billion with a B. Okay. Now, Dwayne Wade, I'm gonna be quiet. All right. So long story short, this isn't a new thing. It is a show me your face, put your name on my brand, get us some numbers. Now, what have we talked about on the Classic Climb? Subscriptions and communities matter. We talk about it often. We say it completely. I talk about it all many times, like, guys, so many people who have companies and ideals. I keep telling y'all, why are people doing this? If you've got 100,000, again, let's go to Ty Lopez because it's an easy one to kick. Hit 100,000, hit 109,000, but let's just go 100,000 for the record. Who paid $67 monthly for his thing? That's $6.7 million a month coming in for a 67 class. Now, of course, it fell off the attrition of subscription. That just is what it is, right? But he was able to take that money and take that positioning off YouTube and buy all those online brands. And that's a whole nother conversation. Because just because you got the money don't mean you have the business what? Sense, knowledge, experience, and structure to keep them. Right? Let's go there. Okay, so let's go on another one. I know another young man has 100,000 people, and they're all paying what? $12 to be a part of his app. That's $1.2 million a month. Do you think that's enough money to run ads, make sure the app doesn't run janky, and keep attention? Yes, it is. Okay, and invest in many other things. I know several people who've made 20 million over this whole little past 3-year run. Actually, someone that's made 40. They've been able to take that money and be angel investors in multiple companies, right? They're playing Monopoly in real life. And I did this because so many people, oh, everybody doesn't want to have a business, Ericka. Everybody don't want to have a business. Look at franchises. They're literally handing you a book of how to do the business, how to have the systems, how to have the structure, how to have the scaling. You literally could buy some of these franchises and put a manager in that bad boy, send the manager to training. I have a friend who owned Jimmy John's franchise back in North Carolina. Send the manager to training. Hopefully they don't quit. Keep them a long time. Give them bonuses, whatever you got to do. And keep them on. But this isn't a new game, okay? Let me show you some other cell phone companies so you guys understand what I'm saying. If you like the content, drop a one in the comments. If you're up here late with me, don't come on now. Don't leave me hanging. She said, I've been around 3 years. There you go. You've been there with them, hanging in. All right, Magic Johnson, he went to Converse shoes. Rihanna grabbed a Billy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is the thing. Like, they're using their face to get the real money, the real Monopoly money. Hit the like button. Let me show you all a different one. Let me show you a different screen. Do this. Oopsie. My mic is extra sensitive tonight. Okay, let me show you this. Patriot Mobile. So again, don't get it twisted. Cell phone companies, anybody in here can start if you can pay for the FCC fees. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to show you why it's important. So let's go. All right. This is Patriot Mobile, mobilizing freedom. And they talk about, hey, you guys, offers of free iPhones are usually too good to be true. Just like freedom, nothing's free. Mobile phone companies are not only locking you into long-term contracts, they build the price of the phone into your bill with hidden fees. America's only Christian conservative wireless provider is proud to partner with Dana Lotion, fighting the freedom for the Second Amendment right. Patriot Mobile offers nationwide coverage on the best 4G, 5G networks and uses the same towers as all 3 carriers. So you get the same great service while supporting a company fighting to preserve our God-given rights and freedoms. Hit the code, Dana. I'm sorry. I got to stop. I got to calm down. What is Patriot Mobile, right? So again, you keep going on here. Why are they saying that? Patriot Mobile donates a portion of every dollar earned to support organizations that fight for First Amendment freedom, speech and religion. Second Amendment freedom, right to bear arms, because without the second, you can't have the first, baby. Sanctity of life and the need of our veterans and first responders. Why is this important? Because when you start a company, you can donate to whatever you like. And so if you find out the company you're sending money with is donating things you don't like, you can stop. Just like when people are mad with Chick-fil-A, they donate to charities and to Christians. Now listen, don't like it, don't eat the sandwich. You can't stop people from donating what they want. Okay? So long story short, look, there you go. There you go, right? Here's check your coverage, check your plans, check your phones. Okay? Right? They got some blog posts. But their biggest push is going to be their girl Dana Loesch. Help them push the company. They only got 6,585 followers, okay? And you say, Ericka, that's not a lot of people, like that don't make sense on Instagram. They got a lot of followers. I mean, how can this company, home shake phones? How can this company survive? They got flip phones. Flip phones are on back order. That tell you how popular flip phones are in the country and just about anywhere. All right, so look, they got a Samsung phone, they got an iPhone. Again, stuff on back order, y'all. Okay, come on now. So listen, bring your own device, okay? Just get the chip, okay? if you pay attention to, let me show you plans. And this is not me like marketing them. Again, there's something about that Mint Mobile. I need to pay $15 to $30 for a phone. I know somebody right now who trades stock with a Metro PCS phone. I say, well, how? How, Jesus? How is that possible? But here's the thing. Does the phone work for you? Right? If you're on the phone trying to do all this stuff for the gram, then you may have to pick a different phone. You may see somebody using huge numbers of data. But let's say I have a 20,000 people paying me 70. Let me pull up here a calculator. 20,000 people. Right? I'm not saying huge number, just 20,000. 20,000 people paying me $75 a month. That's 1.5 million a month. Times 10. That means my company times 12, sorry. That means my company makes 18 million a year. Do you think I can run a phone company with 18 million a year? Do you think I can pay my FCC fees with 18 million a year? Do you think? Let me know in the chat. And there you go. It sure is. It's advertised in lots of places. Okay. So look, Ryan Reynolds has like 4 kids. He's gonna live well. So let me stop sharing that real quick. Why am I bringing this up? Because if you think people are like, oh my God, he has a whole phone service. How? Easy. Okay. Even Dana Loesch, Radio America just inked a multi-year deal with Dana Loesch. Her show could be on nearly 200 stations nationwide from 12 to 3. Further solidifying her as heir to the Rush Limbaugh throne. This is something people don't talk about. Once you get your butt on that radio, you in there. You in the ear, you in the house, you in there. A lot of people don't understand that. They you in there. She is the de facto. I mean, again, this is the de facto. If you ask me who would replace Rush Limbaugh, Dana Loesch. She is a de facto woman, mom, guns. She's half Indian. She's quarter Indian, whatever, Native American. Dark hair. Don't care. Right? So Metro PCS phone trading stock. How does it keep service long enough? Anyway, but yeah. So again, so you asked Ericka, what does this have to do with Ryan Reynolds? What does this have to do with this? And this is about paying monopoly in real life and structuring businesses so that you can win. That's why you're going to start seeing more when people talk about franchises. And I have a couple people I'm going to bring up. Prime example. Let me see if I can get to it. I went and said, how do I, here it is. How do I start a telecom business? Decide your niche in telecommunications. Name and register your company. Obtain license and permits. Pay the Federal Communications Commission. Create a financial plan. Conclusion. Now people say, okay, that's just ridiculous. No. Telephone landline network, a mobile network, cable TV network, or the internet. Okay. So then we got out of there. We're like, okay, well, what's next? Okay. Go over here to California Business News Journal. Because again, y'all be like, Ericka, why do you bring up these topics? Because y'all really be playing the game 20 years behind, right? People be still talking to me about apps. I'm like, what's your app going to do that other people's app can't do? Right? If you got an app right now, you got to show me, or any investor, how you going to get 20,000 people paying your app $10 a month. Just something small. You got to show me. How can you get your app to get 20,000 people, right, paying $10 a month? And again, you have an attrition issue where some of those people are going to fall off so they can get more. So if you got 20,000 people paying $10 a month for your app, that's $200,000. That's not even the amount you got to pay to Apple. You know what I'm saying? Keep it on those platforms. That's $200,000 a month times 12 months. That's 2.4 million. So when I tell you about some of these people with these small apps and small companies making a couple million, people are like, oh, that's a lie. All these business owners lying about having 6 figures and making all this money. No, they gross. In gross, they do make it. It's the net that is the choppy chop, okay? So when I see Instagrammers, YouTubers creating apps, even though you think, well, apps are so outdated, who would want to do that? People that really are into that person. So somebody has 20,000 people from their YouTube, Instagram, whatever connection, right? Right? And they're paying, let's just say they pay $20 a month to be on that app. That's $400,000 a month. You don't think that Instagram or YouTuber can figure out how to pay a programmer, an internet person, to make sure the app doesn't crash, keep things rolling? Okay, times 12 months, that's $4.8 million a year off the app. I can tell you right now, I think one dude I was on his app for $14 a month. I think he had at his first opening maybe 100,000 people signed up. He don't have that many anymore, but that's not the point, right? He had that at the beginning. That's $1.4 million a month. He can still market and run ads for that app and make it keep going. That's what I want y'all to understand. So anyway, even here, this is a California Biz Journal. You can go back and look at this. It talks about the telecom market. In 2014, it was only 4.4 of the compound annual growth rate. Now it's 6.4 by 2022. That's $3.4 billion market. So can you pull a couple million out of the marketplace? Yes. I'm just saying it in that nice way. Okay. So again, you go down here. Again, this literally step by step tells you how to do this. And I'm not even being funny, right? This is seriously step by step how you start a telecom business. Let me go over to this other one. See if I have the other one open. Yeah, you guys can check that out right now. Hold on a second. Let's pull it up. Okay. All right, here you go. Perfect. Let me pull it in. Share the screen real quick. All right, so this is Mint Mobile's Wikipedia, just to give you an idea, right? So they paid them $1 billion for a company revenue that was doing over 100 million. They started in 2015. Ryan Reynolds was only 20 to 25% shareholder, which is pretty big, right? So Mint SIM was a subsidiary of Ultra Mobile, right? All right. Again, 2019, they had a corporate spinoff. Ultra Mobile was completed, and Ryan Reynolds acquired 20% stake in the company. Right? They were both on the board. How did they meet? They were both on the board of directors of Michael J. Fox Foundation. And he was impressed how Ryan Reynolds handled the marketing for Deadpool. So let me just back that up again. I keep telling y'all on this channel that associations, city council, all this stuff matters. And you're like, oh, Ericka, let me chase women and talk about crazy stuff. I'm telling you, I went the United Way. They trained us on a multi-leadership cultural development board to prepare you to get on boards. Who else is on boards? People with money, people with free time, older white men who have access to companies. So Ryan Reynolds is on the board of the Michael J. Fox Foundation. And another ultra wealthy businessman was like, man, I love the way you handle the marketing of Deadpool. So then they got together. And he was able to buy a stake in the company. Now, they promised the $15 a month plan will stay in place, but watch the service get real crappy. I'm just going to say that. Just be honest with you. So if they're making $100 million, let's just go there. Let's really go there. Let's bust out our handy dandy calculator. $100 million. We're just going to be goofy. We're going to base it off of their, let me go back. 100 million divided by $15. That means they had 6 million people on them. 6.6 million people had Mint Mobile. Is that possible? I believe it. Very much so. Very much so. I can believe it. They made 100 million a year. That's absolutely possible. Now you're gonna say 6 million people, that ain't a lot. But it is. It is to have people on reoccurring. That is a lot of people. Okay, let me pull here. Okay, let me get this other one open. Okay, here's the other one I want to show y'all to give y'all an idea. When I talk about ownership, and again, you can go look up Ryan Leslie. He was kind of the first to kind of talk about this and get his foot in the door, kind of convincing multiple artists to get their own website. Nas, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, however you say his name, convincing all these people, right, to get their own websites, get their own membership sites, right? Membership sites are huge, right? So you got people paying $2 to $5 a month that they don't even see in subscriptions, right? Think about it. A lot of these artists can make a killing. So, okay, let me show you my screen some more. This right here is something. I'm sitting in the airport in Hawaii, and I'm leaving, and this comes up on the TV. Bricks TV. I've never seen a Bricks TV, never heard of Bricks TV. Let me tell you what Bricks TV does. It's the next generation of sports and entertainment, including the NIL house, the epicenter for all things NIL, and Marcellus Willie's never shut up. Look at that. I'm trying to pay attention. How these people created a TV. Listen, I don't know the best way to say this. Direct to consumer wins. It wins every day. It just does, right? Grant Cardone pisses people off because his salespeople will call you 90,000 times in a year. But why do they do that? Because usually business owners are busy people. They don't have time to make decisions. Oh, call me back tomorrow. Call me back later. Call me back next week. And then they usually get them when they work, right? Like, let me help you build your business out better. Same thing goes with direct to consumer and direct to business. All this company did, Bricks TV, it just like Roku, just like all these others, is get call around to get Bricks TV where on these different cable packages, on these different networks, in the airports, in the barbershops, in the medical place, right? That's what they did. Now, NLI just came out, and you have a whole TV show called NLI, the NLI, right? Now, let's scroll down here. Okay, what is Bricks, right? Cutting edge interactive program for NIL collectives, universities, and sports celebrities, right? So they got the Players Lounge, they got Up Game, they got Success with Honor, Pimp My Reindeer. I don't know what that's about. Inside the Shield season 2. Now let's go down here. Daily, they have 2 million impressions. How do you have 2 million impressions? Instagram, Facebook. They have 600 episodes. All right. So the TV, they try to sell this. Oh, how can we sell this? Who would watch this? But they're leading with those numbers. Let me go ahead and show you another part. Gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. Got to. 6 million people signed up for a cell phone service that ain't nobody ever heard of. That I didn't. Right? And there's other cell phone companies. Again, you guys, Freedom Mobile, Patriot Mobile is just one of them. When I go to other events and conferences, they're pitching cell phone companies. Don't let your money go to these greedy, AT&T and Verizon. Let your money go where there's power and freedom and you can speak to whoever, right? I see it all the time. It's crazy. So there's a million little Mint Mobiles. But think about that. Their company was making $100 million in revenue a year before T-Mobile bought them out. 100 million. Ain't no little shillings. And I'm telling you, there are literally YouTubers and Instagrammers with a certain amount of demographics here on YouTube pull a good 50 to 100,000 people out into their subscription community-based models and apps. They're doing that. So this is NLI House. They only got 12,000 followers on Instagram. The NLI whole thing is just kicking up good, about a good year now. And so they're trying to be on the front corner of it by doing what? Talking to music artists, talking to students. I sat there in the airport just watching them interview some random college student I've never heard of in my life in his daggone dorm room. And I'm like, why am I watching a Zoom on TV? Literally a Zoom on TV in the airport. Because that's the power of calling around and getting your business in the connection space of what? I'm going to play you in this many airports. We're going to play you on this many TV networks. What's another one? Red Bull TV. They're paying people 30, 50K a year to build reality TV shows around them and selling that model. That's why when people keep saying, Ericka, I just don't even know how to start an LLC. I don't know how to start anything. I'm like, you've got to stop that and sit down and really think, do you want this? If you don't want business, cool. Go work at your job. Go get the highest paying job you can get and just invest your money on the side. But if you're serious about starting businesses, you're serious about, I'm going to start a podcast. I'm going to start a TV show. You can do it. You're going to need somebody to do what? Make the phone calls, get the connections, get you the sponsors. Do you know how hard it is for just me and my staff to call and get people to interview on this channel? Trust me, y'all, it's crazy. So I know they're running around calling these students nonstop. Hey, man, you want to be on TV? Hey, I want to interview you, man. Blowing them up, Instagram, blowing them up, phone calls. Probably got some on staff trying to book them for 2-3 weeks in advance. Again, how does the Longhorn Network run in Austin? They pay a bunch of executive producers, so they can run out and say they're executive producers, $35,000 to $30,000 a year. And people are just so excited to be associated with TV and the brand of the Longhorn Network, they take that low pay. I want y'all to understand. This NLI money, this is just the tipping point, and y'all don't understand how, like, our community of kids, we need people who are going to be on their marketing teams, who are going to be helping them with their income, who are going to be accountants, who are going to be all over this stuff. These companies going to pour a lot of money in these kids. It's coming, and y'all are not ready. But I had to show you this because I was like, they are in the airport. How, Sway? Okay, we're going to the next part. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Let me see. And why am I talking about this? You know, because a lot of times people say, well, you're talking about celebrity news, gossip. No, I'm telling you how these people are playing the game, and they're playing the game right. I'm going to go to this one guy, and this is the next one I'm going to do. Hold on a second here. Hold on one second, everybody. We're gonna, you know, we don't have a big broadcast studio. We're going to have to just pop on the screen, you know, whenever we're ready to talk. Let me go here. Let's see here. Okay, so this is a perfect example of why I was talking to you guys a lot about it might be helpful. And thank you, Diamond Dave said, Ryan Reynolds is a sharp guy. I never watched his movies, however, respect his movies. Hey, man, listen, have Mint Mobile for my daughter. 180 years. Service is just as good as T-Mobile. Flat fee, and I don't have to worry. Been with Mint Mobile for 4 years. Great service, great price. If you will set up your phone, there you go. Carbon TV, Netflix of hunting and fishing shows. Facts. Right? They want the book of business. Listen, y'all, this is what you got to understand. A lot of these companies, they don't want the company. They want them emails and them names. When I went to go to I'll put it like this. When I went to California to talk to marketing companies about my YouTube channel, they were like, what's your email list? I said 15,000. Oh, yeah. It's worth this much. You should be getting this many dollars a month. You should be getting blah, blah, blah. I knew all what was the tactics they were trying to use on me. You know what I mean? It's the people, right? It's the people. So let me go ahead and show you. Let me show you this. And this is a prime example of community and groups and like how the market's changing as far as course sales and course creation. And I've been telling y'all this for a while now. And that's why my prices are going to go 2K. Really just start have less one-on-one level people kind of harassing me and more people who are really focused to go somewhere. And that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, so this guy has 15,000 followers. He literally posted and showed you how he gets 1 million views a week. He pays. He pays Instagram so that he's in front of 1 million faces a week. 750,000 of them were paid visitors that week, and the other 250,000 were his actual audience. And so I was like, well, why would someone be paying every week for that? Because he had a stock investing group. Now let me go over to the thing here that I thought was really nice of him. Sorry, you guys, he has a lot on his page, but let me go to the post that I'm speaking on. Good gracious. Hold on, y'all. Kid posts like 10 times a day. Hold on a second. I'm not even joking. Kid posts like 10 times a day. Let me see if I can get back to it. Oh goodness, I might not be able to. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Long story short, he was showing how him and his wife were selling. They had 3 properties in Atlanta. He bought the first one for 600,000, and now he was selling it for $1 million. He was keeping the other property, and he was putting some money into residential. Let me go back up. Maybe I can find it. Hold on a second. Man, these young people be posting. I'm sorry, I should mess with you. Hold on a second. That ain't it. Man, you know what? I want to show y'all something cool. Like, I'll talk about this part though. Let me go here. It's only been 3 weeks of Honey Dripper University. We taught 6 classes, right? So we're talking about taxes, trading futures, how to find targets, how to enter sports bets. Again, sports bets. That's correct. Sport bets, stop loss and risk management. 2 bonus trading recaps. $45 a month. 2 to 3 classes a week. $45 a month. Let's just go there. If 1,000 people, let's keep the math simple for us. I really believe it's closer to 10,000 people, just because what he said repeatedly on his channel. Maybe 5,000. $45 a month. You got 10,000 people paying $45 a month. That's $450,000 a month. Do the math. Again, Ricky Gutierrez is a great example of this on YouTube platform. in exchange of another person you need an example of. Let me pull up this other one. Let's see if I can pull it up. Let's see if I can pull it up. And again, oh, this is a great, like, if you get a chance to look over, this is his wife who came out of a small town. She literally got a doctorate. She's super smart and, you know, got lucky, married a military dude who is about investing in himself, learning the stock market, made a ton of money. It's a great story. You guys can watch it for yourself, but we go up here a little bit more. Ooh, I hate it that when I want to show y'all something, I can't show you. It makes me sad, y'all. It makes me sad. Let's see. Okay. Okay. You close that thing. Man, I'm so mad at myself. You might have took it down. Okay. Dang. I hate it because I shared it. Hold on a second. Let me see if it's in my message. Hold on. I'm going to go find it because I shared it. Let me go up here. But the point of his post was he was talking about how majority of 90% of all his money came from online. Again, this is a man who used to be in the military. He was advertising heavily to the military for a while there, and then switched that up to like young people. Look at my cars, look at my stuff, you know, kind of thing. And the reason I want to bring that up is because I know the power in community building, the power in having people who are really looking at money from the scope of it's unlimited. I mean, I know that sounds, it might get on people's nerves me saying it over and over again, but it's unlimited. There's just countless money out here in the space. And the reason I bring that up, dang, I can't find it. I'm mad. Hold on a second. That sucks. That was my little talking point. But the reason I bring it up is I was telling you guys, a lot of people with the whole classes, like, yeah, I'm gonna sell courses. I'm gonna do like that is not the long-term play. It's a part of the play, but it's not long-term play. Like the couple I showed on the community wall who own 45 properties, right? They're young, and all they do is go looking for sale by owner, keeping it simple, bank funding, rinse and repeat, right? So you start seeing these people who are actors, famous people. What do they have to leverage? It's their fame. It's their face. It's their name. That's what they have to leverage. And then if they want to play Monopoly in real life, they've got to take that money and invest it somewhere. A lot of us are tripped up and stuck on the structure level, the systems level, and the scaling level. And if we could ever get past some of this really basic, simple stuff, we can really just win on levels unknown, right? So, Ryan's is 50% owner of a small Wells Cup. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we already talked about Brother Umar. We did that at the beginning of the show. Talked about he already sold Tequila Brand. We already talked about it at the beginning of the show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming in late. If you came in late, hit the like button. Drop a 1 in the comments. For her chance, he gets handed mobile areas. Yeah. Corny jokes. That was my whole thing. I was like, I don't even get the jokes. I don't get it. But I don't have to. It works. Jessica Alba. That's right. Same thing. Honest company. She's having babies. She didn't want toxins on her baby. She wants fresh products on her baby. You know what I mean? So that's why she started the Honest Company. You'll always get people in what? Money, relationships, their children. You gotta be careful with their children. The babies. Right? And so a lot of people don't understand that, you know, when you create a product, it's not what you want, it's what the customer wants. I keep trying to tell y'all that. A lot of people are like, I have this idea for the brand. Is that what people want? Have people told you they wanted that? Sell people what they want, not what you want to sell them. Right? If I had my way, I'd sell y'all a bunch of books and you could sit down and read and have deep conversations. That's not what people want. People are like, Ericka, give me the straight, quickest, easiest way to the more money. And that's what I do. I just give them what they want. Now, in the monopoly of things, I give you a little sugar with the salt, right? Give you a little sugar, sweet, give you a little sugar with the medicine. At the end of the day, the next 2 to 5 years, I'm not going to say it's better to have a bunch of cash, but it's better to have a bunch of engines roaring. What happened in 2020 to many movie stars and music artists and stars? They couldn't go on the road and tour. They weren't at red carpets. They were stuck at home like everybody else. So people came to them, right? They came to them, giving them opportunities to sponsor, opportunities to partner. And that's where they were able to really take that leverage and win. That's where they were able to take the leverage and win. Again, same thing is happening right now in our economy. You don't have to have the biggest company. You don't have to start a company and it creates world domination. That's not necessary. I have a small YouTube channel, which I don't even call small anymore, but it is. It's small, and I'll just do a range just to be, because there's going to be always somebody watching. 10K to 55K a month. Any given month off a small channel. Now, we had events, we had consulting, we had coaching to these things. They're more, but I never saw myself as like, well, I just got to do the YouTube and depend on that. No, you got to build real businesses offline. You got to have real connections offline. I think I've told y'all a million times how we're going to do in real estate this year. And it's coming from knowing life is a monopoly game. You play this right. You know, there's the young man in Donovan. Again, I brought him up several times to you guys on here. Who's about to pull his channel up again? Who's building like over 45 different duplexes down there in Houston. People were like, oh, what's his name? What's his name? I told y'all like 15 times what the kid's name was, right? See if I pull him up again. Here you go. Let me see if I pull him up again. Yeah, and again, doesn't have a huge following, but he's taking the following he does have and making the money online, offline. Let me show you. Let me show you. And again, this kid's young. It's called being friends with the bank. Now look at his skin color. We're gonna go bring it up because I do see color. Okay, we're not gonna play those games. I don't see color. I do see color. If this guy didn't have a picture of you, think, oh, he's just some trust fund white kid who's got money. No, he's a developer. He's got 30 units under construction. He's building them, and anybody who knows what I'm talking about, what's his name? Scarface, baby. What's that dude from Houston? The deep voice. The one that's in the hood, from the hood. That anyway, I can't remember the name of the rapper, but it might be Scarface. Y'all might need to help me in the chat. But he's from the part in Houston where this hood is. And this kid is coming in and building 30 duplexes brand new in this hood. And if you ask somebody 10 years ago what they thought of that neighborhood, they'd be like, oh my God, you over there? Not Slim to the other dude, baby. So here it is. He's showing you framing. He's showing you permits. These are units 45 and 46. Huh? No, I think it's Scarface. Out of Houston. Now, Sunnyside. He's off Sunnyside. Scarface, right? Huh? Yeah, Sunnyside, okay? Sorry, guys. I don't do rap. I'll be like, what? You know, that black man over there with the rap. You know, with the words and the rapping. Y'all in the comments about Bun B, Slim Thug. It's Scarface. Yeah, Michelle Organics hair, right? Right. So a lot of this. So yeah, not Bun B. It's Scarface, y'all. Sorry. So Sunnyside, right? Okay. So we're in here, and again, not huge. This is probably boring to most people. Oh, he's building houses in the hood. That may be boring to a lot of y'all. This kid's on a whole nother level. Now, if you just he sold some of them, but if he was to keep 45 duplexes, let's do the math. Let's do some simple math. 45 duplexes times, let's be nice on the rent. Let's say $1,800 on rent, right? 45, that's $81,000 a month in income times 12. That's basically a mill. You know what I mean? If you push it up to $2,000 a month each property, that's a mill, right? Even 1,000. Let me even do it like this and play around with it. 45 units times 1,900. All right, let's just do it for take our month. Okay, that's 85,000 a month times 12 months. That's 1 point. Yeah, that's $1 million a year. Now, this is the problem. Many people are like, oh man, tenants and toilets and dealing with people. Oh man, I don't want to do that. Good gracious, I don't want to deal with tenants. That's right? Because people want to do the $1 million online and quick. I'm telling people, hey, how long you been building your channel? I've been building it for 3 months and I ain't made $1 million. You be like, y'all got to chill out. You got to chill out. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. But this is where that structure conversation comes in. This is where that 3 to 6 months is not that long of a time. This is where partnerships come in. This is where do you own the land conversations come in, right? Again, look how young this kid is. All right. So again, changing the whole neighborhood. People are missing out on the big stuff though. Stop it. Not Megan Thee Stallion. You gotta stop. There was a time when people could scold you for doing more than one thing and wearing multiple hats in business. Now technology allows us to gauge and integrated business offerings. Take advantage. It does, but also there's no time than now to hire someone part-time, remote work to build up your company. That's why we had Sub-Zero come on earlier talking about data science, because people get lost in there's nobody paying these people $100,000 a year. That's crazy talk. It's not crazy talk. It's real. And so you have to really start understanding like where y'all trying to be at in this game, because the game is being played whether y'all want to play it or not. And when Jerome Powell came in and Diamond Dave did a great show on it, somebody else did a great commentary on it, talking about that it's just going to be 2 million people. These people have mathematicians, statisticians, the best of the best math people that money in Congress and government jobs can provide. They know it's going to be about 7 to 10 million y'all be unemployed to bring inflation down like they want it to come down. And there's always the same group being unemployed. I don't want that for you. And I don't want that for the community. But now more than ever, at the tip of your phone is the opportunity for at least 2 million Black people to go into trades and another 2 million to go into tech. Sweezy peasy. I know someone's like, oh, you're making it sound easy, because it is. Because it's just playing Monopoly, you guys. It's all about structure. It's all about, there's a million ways I can say this show, but I really want y'all to understand there's so many times I've gone over buy, bid, sell. Let's make it real quick. Let me see if I pull it up real quick. And a lot of you are like, oh my God, Ericka, never heard of this. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay, cool. Here we are. All right. So again, this is bizbuysale.com. Go on here and have a ball. And if you pay attention, right? Someone's selling a profitable laundromat for $40,000. The cash flow annually is $28,000. That means what? It needs to be brought up for the year. But what if you had 10 laundromats? Could be worth it, right? Again, official toy store in Dallas, Mavericks. It brings in $200K a year cash flow. Somebody's gonna be like, that's not enough, Ericka. Again, you have to understand, you're gonna see more people talking about franchises coming up because they can add 2 or 3 franchises to their back pocket, or they can buy out some of these smaller businesses. Why? Because a lot of these smaller business owners, they were so stressed out. They were really just a good technician that should have never been an owner, just being honest. There's a lot of opportunity coming in the workplace, right? Accredited hospice for sale in Houston, Texas, right? Virtual escape room, high flow, absentee owner sports bar, right? A wedding oak, wedding venue place for $5 million, cash flow is $300,000, right? Again, maybe we're gonna say, why would I buy these things? Because most of them are already gonna come with staff. Really, you're just building up the marketing, right? That's why we had Michael Sneed come on, showing y'all how to build appliance companies, handyman sales companies. A lot of this stuff is all about structure and how you structure the company. That's why when people say, oh, I can't believe Grant Cardone came on saying all that crazy stuff. Okay, find me another person teaching about systems and structure. A great person in that option is Connie. Connie teaches great. Connie Smith. Let me pull up Connie real quick. I just start blurting out people's names. I don't even know who I'm talking about. Connie. Connie Fall. Sorry, my bad. So I pull it up. But yeah, a lot of these companies, what you're going to come into see is you can buy the company, But because the person didn't have great structure, you're going to have to come in and either restructure a lot of the people, restructure the systems they're doing, and just get it to a flow. That's really what's going to happen for a lot of this stuff. Right? Because people are like, it's a recession after a recession. For who? People that continue to market will continue to have money. All right? It's just simple as that. All right? All right, so let me go over here to economy systems real quick. I'm gonna wrap it up. Is this anything of this helpful, you guys? Put a 1 in the comments if any of this is helpful. If you have questions about business and structure, and this is a late. Usually I don't do it this late, but it was on my mind because people are like, oh my God, Mint Mobile? Oh my God. And I'm like, there's a ton of cell phone companies. This isn't really spectacular. It's a good move, but it's not spectacular. Systems Bay, I help overwhelmed entrepreneurs get their time and freedom back with system processes and workflow at SLPs. Okay, y'all can check her out for yourself, but that's usually the problem when you encounter people is they have a great business. It's a great idea. And it's a mess. It's a mess, right? That's why I had Credit Irene. We're getting ready to do another partnership with Credit Irene. Again, teaching credit repair sales company, a tax company. She literally set up for one of our students here on the Classy Climb for $10,000, the whole back office. They just needed the 2 people in front to represent it. There are systems out there. We just aren't paying to get with the people that sell us the systems. That's it. That's the only difference. Ericka, I can't believe you're recommending Greg Cardone. Well, here, I'm recommending Condi, GGC Systems. Okay? Operational. Standard operating procedures, workflows, policies, organization charts, job descriptions, onboarding. Most people want to say, how can I do a few videos, make $1 million and live outside? At the same time, y'all going to have to provide value for people. You're going to have to provide value. That's just all there is to it. And you can't get around it. Okay? So what was the value of Ryan Reynolds? He was enough to bring on 6 million clients to Mint Mobile. You know, people was on it before him, but we brought it up, right? The liquor business, he was able to sell something, get some money out of that. That's a $2 million play just by throwing his face up on it. Now, when he gets in rooms, it's going to be a different conversation, right? What's the same thing I told y'all about? God, what's his name? Oh, losing my mind. It's late. Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez just bought himself into different rooms. What happened to the WeWork co-founder when he just basically ran it all into the ground? He was able to raise another $100 million. Why? Because only he has enough what? Connections, banks, people he's already connected to. He can do it again. Did it once, can do it twice. Same thing with the Jewish guy who just did the FTX. He gonna be back at the game, y'all. The Tinder swindler, the Israeli Tinder swindler. He was back in the game after he got out of jail in 6 months. Y'all don't understand. This is people playing Monopoly in real life. That's it. Can you play the game in real life? Or are you on this internet talking about silly stuff all day and night? Again, at the peak of Vegas collapsing, financial moving around, I'm telling y'all, get your ducks in order, get your money up. Banks are pushing credit on everybody. And people talking about Sierra's dress. We can't play the comfortable and do nothing game into oblivion. We just can't. We just can't. You're already seeing the great separation as far as airports, as far as neighborhoods, as far as a lot of things. And so I'm getting many people as I can. Like, look, if you build a couple houses a year, you build one apartment complex or so, or getting a group of people build an apartment complex, you do better. I'm just connecting y'all to opportunities and people. So if you guys had any last questions, let me know so I can get up out of here. But I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you understand like my whole breakdown of Ryan Reynolds. Thank you, Bob, for the $5. Thinking of putting my money in a savings account, 5% ARP. Do you think it's a good idea or wait till the ARP increase? Just put that money in there, Bob. What you gonna put? $500? $1,000? $2,000? And put it like this: if you got $1 million, I'm not gonna say put $1 million in there. I'm gonna say put what you think is reasonable to your already planned budget. 5% is great. 5% is great. Shaq bought stock into Ring before Amazon bought it. That's correct. All right. Again, let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't Overthinking. Let's see what y'all have in there. Thank you. Okay. All right, you guys. This is your girl Ericka, Classic Gun Blog. That was the show. I didn't have much for you. That was all. I just want to come in here. Yeah, bonds, money market CDs. Keep it simple. But the real money is honestly is three ways: high paying job, high paying job. So you take some money off the top after you pay all your bills. You can breathe a little bit. Put in investments. That's what people have been doing for years. On top of that, a business. You get the business enough where you have 5 employees. And why am I saying 5? Because, Grant Cardone and many other companies say each employee you have should be bringing you $250,000 worth of work in. So 5 times 250, you do the math, right? So yeah. Bob, if you have 10 to 20, you can do that. If you have no idea, Bob, you can hop on a phone call with me and save yourself the time. But if you don't have any other big plans for that 10 to 20K, Bob, you're not buying a real estate property this year, you're not buying a rental, that's fine. That's not a big deal. 5% interest is just fine. You put in the stock market in the high yield dividend stock for getting 10% returns. Your choice. Completely your choice. Depends on what you have to do in the next year. Thank you for super chat. But look, you guys, this is your girl Ericka, Classic on Blog. Back from Hawaii. Gonna get rested up. Gonna go lay down. Hopefully get back off this Hawaiian time. And you guys have a wonderful evening.